My name is Elahu, and as you can see from the flags here, we had a very geographically diverse team. So it was really interesting talking about the problems that we face in different countries and sort of the different perspectives. We came up with what we believe is the top plan that will allow us to reverse course on our diabetes crisis that we're facing. So we were told to think outside the box. We actually didn't like the box because we thought that decreasing the prevalence rate was quite impossible, because that implies basically a cure to get rid of diabetes in millions of people. So we defined the challenge a little bit differently for our group, and that is to decrease the incidence rate, which you can see, as we know, is rising dramatically and is predicted to continue to rise. Until 2025, it is expected to be 17%. But to stop this and bring it back down to we decided 2,000 levels, our top plan will actually make diabetes rare again. And so it's a simple 3-step program. And if you think about the challenges and the causes of the disease, it's society-wide, we're eating unhealthy. Our healthcare system is failing to identify those that are going off course with their personal health, and we don't have access to what we need to change our lifestyle. So the program will tax junk food, the sin tax. It will obligate screening of a target population and implement a program to prevent diabetes in this target population. So the taxation will target the worst foods in the grocery store, or by some measures, the best foods in the grocery store, those that are high in saturated fats, high in added sugars, and in general, calorie dense. The obligatory screening, the situation now is that we're not identifying those with prediabetes very successfully. It's not because we don't have the tools or the money, it's because it's just not being implemented. And so we would give guidelines to physicians throughout Europe to have obligatory screening of all those individuals between the age of 45 and 55. And that's where you find the largest proportion of individuals that are likely to develop diabetes within the next 10 years of their life. The test is just a simple OGTT. Omics is useful in a lot of ways, but we think, given the time frame, the tried and true OGTT is what will identify those that are most likely to develop diabetes. And this will increase the detection rate so that we can provide this early intervention. And this is our intervention program. It's early treatment with pharmacotherapies where it's indicated, such as metformin and other oral anti-diabetics that will delay the onset of the disease, but also a very intensive Healthy is School program. It sounds better when Juan says it with a Spanish accent, but the Healthy is School program, which is going to take place in schools throughout every community in Europe. And it's a 1 weekend a month program that is not mandatory, but will incentivize people to attend, those that are identified as pre-diabetic. And it will promote exercise, improve nutrition, and educate them on what the disease is and how they can live a healthy lifestyle. So the tax is a general, a way to increase the health of the general population, because it will decrease the amount of unhealthy foods that are being consumed across all of Europe. And it will also provide money to fund the Healthy is Cool program. The obligatory screening, we think this is really, it's an ethical obligation of society to help identify these people. And this will give them, it really will open a window and give those individuals a chance to escape from diabetes by enrolling in the Healthy is Cool program. And this will help spread healthy habits that will generally increase the quality of life of this specific target population. So the beauty of it, I think, is that it's simple and it uses existing infrastructure. We're not asking the healthcare system to change. We're just asking them to do a better job. And it's using schools, which are present in every community throughout Europe, and trained professionals such as nutritionists, dietitians, and others that can help these people learn what they need to do to live a healthy lifestyle and give them the tools they need. It's self-funded, so it should be pretty easy to convince people to implement. And we think it can be friendly and fun. And there's an aspect where if you offer something, people won't do it, but if you give a financial incentive, so many more will. And so we're envisioning a tax credit, which would be paid for by the offset healthcare costs. So the reduced healthcare costs because we're identifying prediabetes and preventing diabetes. So a tax credit for those that are enrolling in this program. The tax would be 20% on the sin foods because that's what's necessary to actually change people's behavior. And that would raise several $1 billion a year to help fund the program, the screening, and the treatment. So this is really evidence-based. It's stuff that's tried and true in small scale, but it needs to be scaled up to be able to reach the entire at-risk population. And it's voluntary. It would be easily accessible. People would be allowed to bring support people to help encourage them to complete the program and to spread to other parts of the population as well. And by being government-based, we're within all the regulatory guidelines, and we would not anticipate that there would be many roadblocks to implementing such a program. And there have been some good ideas. I'm not sure if our team should win, but if we win, we know diabetes loses, and we believe, yes, we can reverse course and decrease diabetes.